Okay, hello. This is Needful. Surprise, surprise, I'm starting another new series. I was hoping to start this after I got a better mic, but I had to do a whole refund thing on the other mic I ordered off Amazon. So I'm hoping I'll get the refund and I'll still try and get something next payday. And then, I'm hoping to update my laptop, but this is Sable's Grimoire. This is a visual novel about a magic school, and we'll see where it goes. Okay, Andromeda Academy, the alum mater of many of the greatest magi in the world. I'm horrible at reading, obviously. A place of learning, discovery, home to those who have powers beyond their understanding, a refuge for races obsessed by humanity, oppressed. Notorious though it may be, this academy is a place where my kind can feel at ease. It is where we, magic users, can band together and learn about our mysterious powers without fearing prejudice and backlash from the envious and scornful. It is a place open to all races, all ages, and all nationalities. Anyone who wields magic power, great or small, may become a student here. I guess all ages, because races age different like elves and stuff. And for the next 3 to 6 years, I will be living among them. As a mere human being, it is quite possible that I will not fit in. Magic academies such as this are typically filled to the brim with demi-human races, many of which are gifted in the arcane arts. I wonder if they call them demi-human just because, we made them up, humans, like, elves, they're all demi-humans, which I find funny. Never thought about that, really. Compared to them, human beings are powerless. So few of us are capable of using magic to begin with, and even for those of us who can, we cannot measure up to elite demi-humans. Nevertheless, I plan to turn many heads during my time at Andromeda. Naturally, ability is not everything. What I lack in raw power, I more than make up for in technique, understanding, and creativity. Mark my words, by the time I leave this academy, everyone will know the name Sable LeBeer. Sable's Grimoire. Okay. I breathe a deep sigh as the fatigue leaves my body. Closing my eyes, I stretch out my back and neck, which have grown stiff during my lengthy wait. Painstakingly, I have sat idle for the past hour or so, struggling to stay awake as I wait for my train. Sheesh, I'm starting to feel like I'll never reach the academy. My train was supposed to be here half an hour ago. What's the holdup? I glance up at the physical data terminal overhead as I silently complain. It displays which is supposed to update in real time the moment anything changes, makes no mention of any delays or changes in the schedule. As far as I can tell, my train should have already come and gone. There are no delays mentioned, and I'm definitely on the right train line. I'm not heading in the wrong direction either. On the other hand, I haven't seen anyone else wearing the academy uniform around here. It is a coincidence. Is it a coincidence? Is there some obvious explanation that's eluding me? That I'm missing was what I was gonna say, but meh. Perhaps I'd better look a little deeper. I walk away from the other people on the platform, intentionally isolating myself. Once I'm far enough away I can move around without bumping into anyone, I thrust my right hand out and palm upwards. Terminal. Possibly the most well-known and widely used spell in the world. Despite being considered a spell of advanced difficulty, Terminal is, for many, the first spell they learn, or at least the first spell they master. And it's no wonder why. Who wouldn't want a gateway to their own mind, not to mention the minds of others, always at their fingertips? Terminal is weightless, translucent, ethereal equivalent of a personal computer. The data is all stored inside one's mind, and by connecting to the minds of others, terminals allow people to communicate and to share information. As the number of people capable of using terminal expands, so does the vast pool of information at our disposal. It has become an invaluable tool. I'll get better at this, I swear. An invaluable tool, practically, for students, and as a result, the spell has naturally grown more and more popular. Yeah, I don't normally read out loud when I read stuff, so I mumble over my words, and I'm already bad at reading. Duh. Now then, let's see here. Train timetable, train timetable. Tapping the air just before the floating screen in front of me, I searched my own mind for the terminal timetable I viewed before leaving home. That's weird. I definitely didn't make up the time or the train line. So where the heck is? Let's see. Search criteria, Central Lane, best match, right before 9 a.m., 7:30 a.m. Or right before, but if it gets there at 7 a.m. or 7:30 a.m. Oh, is it saying it arrives at the academy before 9 a.m.? Probably. Whoa, is that a terminal? That's what Sable looks like. Green eyes, that's interesting. I dispel my terminal. Turn my head as a surprise shout reaches my ears. Hey, that was a terminal, right? Wasn't that a terminal? Yes, that's right. Are you? Show it to me. No, but I already... Show me. I unconsciously take a step back as the energetic girl in front of me pushes forward. Seeing her enthusiasm in full force, I breathe a sigh of resignation. I guess I give up and raise my hand, yeah. Fine, take a step back. Nodding happily, the girl does as I say, so be it. Wow, it really is a terminal. A real life terminal in the flesh. And I'm not gonna do voices, by the way. It just makes this video 10 times worse, especially with the mic I'm using. No terminals are alive, nor do they have any flesh. It's just a projection of... Oh, I hate that. He's gonna be a smartass the entire time. Hey, does this thing have any games on it? Ooh, can you access the internet through this thing? Hey, stop. My terminal disappears as the girl in front of me puts her hand through it. So do I touch it with my hand when I use it, or is it just simply you control it with your mind? It's gone. I didn't break it, did I? What kind of idiot? I stop myself mid-sentence. As foolish as the girl before me seems, I know that I shouldn't look down on her. There's nothing shameful about not knowing how a spell works. I can't call her an idiot for being unfamiliar with the workings of something considered to be an advanced technique. Let's see, thinking that way, so I once more then raise my head and look her in the eye. Oh, sorry. It isn't broken. You just disrupted the spell. I did. Something like that. Oh, I did. Okay, whatever. That's right. Terminal is a useful spell, but the screen it creates is very fragile. That's why I stopped short of ever actually touching the screen. Oh, so we just like hover hands and watch. I separate from the girl and raise my hand once more, calling forth my terminal. With the screen in front of me, I use my other hand to interact with the untouchable device, sending random commands to the screen as a demonstration. Oh, you're right. You didn't touch it, but it still reacted to your movement. You got it. Is it just to make it easier to picture what you're doing if you use your hand? So terminals may be useful. They're easily dispelled, so although you don't have to worry about breaking them, it's difficult to maintain one for long. Also, it takes up a lot of your magic power. That's kind of weird, but I see. So that's a terminal. Amazing. A joyful smile creeps onto the girl's face as she stares into my eyes. Thank you, that was a very enlightening experience. I look forward to learning more from you in the future, senpai. Suddenly acting reserved and courteous, the girl lightly bows her head. This is the first chick that likes us. Don't worry about it. I became rather single-minded too when I see something outside of my understanding. Wait. You have no idea... Can I go back? Wait a minute, senpai. There we go. I thought it was kind of weird. Wait a minute, senpai? You have no idea how glad I am that you're here, senpai. And not just because I finally get to see Terminal up close for the first time. Oh no, I think my game's lagging. No. Before I saw you here, I thought I'd gotten on the wrong platform. But if you're here, then this train must be going to the academy after all. I raise an eyebrow as I try to piece together the words the girl in front of me is saying. While it's true that I'm heading to the academy, and I've just become a student there, I'm definitely no older than this girl. Furthermore, today will be my first day. It's far too early for anyone to be calling me their senpai, or senior. Just saw that as, hey, senpai, listen, I've got a question. I know I say I'm a weeb, but it's like, I never really understood senpai, because he said it as like a senior. I always thought it was like somebody you liked, you'd call him senpai. I ruffle my hair with my hand as I shake my head without asking what she wants. I voice my own thoughts instead. Stop calling me that, would you? I'm not your senior in any sense of the word. Aside from knowledge pertaining to magic. Besides, why senpai anyway? You don't look Japanese to me. This is the first time I've heard that one. Senpai, don't be rude. There are some things that you just shouldn't say to a person. You're not Japanese. You say that to a weeb person, they get all sad. Even if you doubt somebody's background, you aren't allowed to call them out on it. Oh, whatever. I don't agree with that at all, but I'm not about to get into an argument over this. Giving up without a fight, shrug, and move the conversation along. Fine, let's say you are Japanese. I am Japanese, 1/4 to be exact. See, I always hated like I'm 1/4 this. I was like, really though? It's like, because everyone that's American, for most part, like white people, they're also part British, you know what I mean? Like it matters. Even if that is the case, that isn't the only problem here. I mean, aren't we the same age? And this is the first time we've met, right? So why are you calling me that? Oh, I see. You don't want me to call you senpai, huh? Yeah, she's just gonna call us senpai to annoy us now. Well, I don't really care. It's just a bit misleading. No, I understand. I understand completely. Gosh, how could I have been so rude? I was so captivated that I forgot to even introduce myself, let alone ask for your name. Completely misunderstanding my concern, the girl in front of me smiles brightly. She's gonna say her name, and then she's just gonna keep calling me senpai. My name is Ray. I'm not even gonna try and say that. Starting today, I'm a student at the academy. Let's see. My hobbies include cooking and eating, and food preparation, and probably eating. Your name is plenty. Save the full introduction when we get to class. And just how much do you like food anyway? I stare at Ray's stomach, then run my eyes over the rest of her body. At a glance, it would seem that she's the type who eats a lot, yet never puts on weight. All goes to the boobs. Well, senpai, aren't you going to introduce yourself? Or could it be that you want me to call you senpai after all? Oh right, my apologies. I straighten up my back, put on a smile, let me get confident. My name is Sable. Like you, today will be my first day at the academy. Ray suddenly screams loudly in shock, drawing gazes from all around us. Oh, is it because, like, I know how to use an advanced spell already? You're only just entering the academy and you can already use advanced magic? Yeah. Are you an elf or something? No, I'm human. I just practice and study a lot. Not that I could blame Ray for thinking otherwise. I may not be powerful mage, but by human standards, I'm actually pretty high up there. Many demi-human races, such as elves and pixies, are known for being gifted at magic. Their weakness and most feeble-minded kin are far more talented, even the greatest of human mages, to the point where the comparison is downright embarrassing. Okay. I was confused by that sentence for a second. But it's just saying, like, even a weak elf is better than a human mage. Yet, despite the significant gap between us, many of these exceptional races are also similar to human beings, at least in terms of appearance. Elves, for example, are often mistaken for human beings, and human mages are in turn mistaken for elves. It is a common misunderstanding. Even though I personally don't take offense to being called an elf, there are many who feel quite differently. Oh, racist, I see. Perhaps I should strive to become a tad more observant from now on. From what I understand, the Academy is packed full of different kinds of demi-humans. I'd hate to cause a ruckus by accidentally offending them or misunderstanding their intentions. Whoa, you're a human? Yet you already learned an advanced spell like Terminal? Is she not human? Just like the way she said that. That's amazing. Stop zoning out and focus on Ray once more, only to find her staring at me with eyes filled with wonder and excitement. You look like you're my age, but we're on totally different levels. You must be a prodigy or something. No, I wouldn't go that far. Like I said, I just study and practice a lot. It took me a long time to get to this level. The Academy only strict requirement for entering is that a person has awakened as a mage. As such, it's not unusual for people of differing levels to be in the same grade. Also, you just have to have the potential. The Academy does not appear to discriminate based on age, race, or natural ability either, so in some cases, elves who are hundreds of years old may study side by side with teenage humans like myself. It's a system which has come under fire often over the years, but despite the repetitive criticism, this old system still remains in place. I don't see a problem with it. Because, as long as you're just going to school and doing your thing, it should be fine. Wait a minute. How'd you learn an advanced spell like Terminal without attending a magic academy? Do you have a tutor or something? Nah, I just read. Nah, nothing like that. I just didn't have anything better to do, so I devoted my free time to studying. Well, there's also the fact that I'm pretty obsessive. I said observant. When I find something interesting, I can't bring myself to turn away. Ah, I know what you mean. Like when you see a kitty cat roaming around in the middle of the street, you wonder, does that cat have a home or is it a stray? You spend the rest of the day following it around. I think your obsession is a little bit different than mine. Anyway, you're starting at the Academy too, Ray? That's right, starting today, I'm going to become a world-class cleric. Oh, so a healer, okay. You're specializing already. Although every mage is forced to learn the basics, we are inevitably given choices to make regarding what we want to study. I love how I would be able to say that word easy if I wasn't trying to read it. After a person's first 3 years at the academy, this comes to a climax. We're told to choose a specific field of study. I find the hardest thing about doing this is dry mouth. Our 6th year, we're expected to be ready to enter the workforce in that field. It would seem that without having attended a single class, Ray has already decided that she wants to become a cleric, a healer who can save people, even on the brink of death. I feel like that one you'd need, God, what's the word I'm looking for? Like you need efficient in that. Like you need to have a natural talent for it, I think. It's a noble profession, but not one which many people aspire towards. Affinity. That's what I was looking, have an affinity towards it. I sure am. Why waste time dabbling when you already know what you want to do? Besides, I'll have you know, I'm quite the expert when it comes to healing magic. Oh? That's rather surprising. There aren't many people our age who can use spiritual magic effectively. Did you come from a family of heroes? Healers? I almost said heroes. Spiritual. So spiritual magic would also be healing magic? That's interesting. That's right. The women in my family have all been priestesses and nurses for generations. I'm the first one to use actual magic, though. Okay. I stare in disbelief at Ray, the wannabe cleric who apparently doesn't understand the difference between healing magic and medicine. Coming from a family of nurses really isn't the same as being born into a lineage of spiritual magic practitioners. Does Ray not understand why this distinction is important? Or is she doing this on purpose just to mess with me? I think it's right down the middle. Shaking my head, I once again gaze towards the physical data terminal hanging above. Seeing my stare at the device, Ray follows my line of sight. Huh? It still isn't here. If I were alone, I probably would have asked someone if I was in the right place by now. I'm beginning to think that we should do that anyway. The timetable I look up said the train should have been here a long time ago. There haven't been any delays mentioned, so I stopped mid-sentence as I noticed Ray's figure having disappeared from my side. She's just gonna go to a random person and not like a someone who works there. When I locate Ray, I find her talking to a middle-aged man, seemingly asking him about the train. Ray then speaks to a few more people, and after gathering enough information to satisfy her, she faces me once more. I'm back. Did you miss me? Nah. You were gone for less than 1 minute. Aw, no need to be shy. Just be honest and say that you missed me. So what did you find out? Are we in the right place? You totally missed me. Not letting up, Ray continues to smirk. I sigh and place my hand on my face, at which point Ray starts to move along, okay? I asked a few people, and they all said the train will be here shortly. Apparently most people heading to the academy get off at the platform before this one, since express trains skip this platform. Most had to get off at the platform before this one. Get off. Okay. Ooh. What did you just say? My eyes opened wide as Ray's words registered my mind. I am on the correct train line. Did I get the right time? I'm heading in the right direction? But I transferred at the wrong station. Oh, okay. Crying out loud, how could I make such a stupid mistake? I knew I shouldn't have distracted myself by studying on the ride over here. Don't worry, we have plenty of time before the opening ceremony. Even if this train takes longer, we'll still reach the academy with time to spare. Oh, so it's just not the faster train. The opening ceremony isn't the problem here. I hate that my dog is barking, I'm sorry. This is your first day too, right? I don't know about you, but I was planning on buying some spare uniforms and taking a look around campus. If we wait until after the ceremony, the place is going to be packed. It'll be hard to get anywhere without bumping into anyone or getting pushed along. I'll just wait for the next day then. I don't understand. Have you never been to the academy before? You should have already visited during last month's orientation. There was an orientation? Yeah, for someone who apparently thinks himself all smart and everything, he's missing a lot. I received my letter 1 week before the seminar, didn't you? See, the academy still sends out physical letters? What the hell is wrong with them? Oh, so he's just too advanced for letters. They're a prestigious magic academy, for crying out loud. I already gave them my terminal ID when I enrolled. Oh, how hard is it for them to send the notification to my terminal? That's how they notified me of the placement. So is it hard to do the same for matters such as this? Ooh, inwardly venting my anger. Feel myself becoming rapidly disillusioned. Oh, the school. It's not as grand as you thought it would be. I never gave the academy a mailing address since it wasn't listed as a mandatory field. For that same reason, I assumed that they would send the relevant information directly to my terminal, like they have until now. Important information is going to be sent that way. Why didn't they make a mailing address a requirement? Sable, are you okay? Well, it's just like a pre-orientation. It's not the most important thing. Oh, sorry. I was just laminating? Anyway, I guess it's not a big deal if everyone else has already seen the campus. I might be able to wander around freely after all. Lamenting, not laminating. Okay, there we go. I knew I read that wrong. Anyways, I guess it's not a big deal. Okay, there we go. Do you want me to show you around? I've only been there once before, but I should still know the layout of the campus better than you do. I wouldn't be sure about that. I summoned forth my terminal once more, bringing up a map of the campus. If you already have a map with pictures, you don't need to explore as much. Whoa, is that the academy? It sure is. Most second year students know how to use terminals, so it's not surprising that you can get detailed maps of the academy with ease. Well, if you're second year, though, you should know that whole place like the back of your hand. As long as I have this, I can view every corner of the academy and immediately discern the location of whichever classroom I desire. So don't worry about me. Armed with my trusty terminal. Hey, once again puts her hand through my terminal. Why though? Why did you do that? If your terminal is so great, why don't you ask instead? Oh, she's jealous. Huh? Pouting unhappily, Ray walks towards the edge of the platform. Before I can address her once again, I realize that our train is finally pulling on to the platform. Ray then enters the carriage ahead of me, putting our conversation as on hold. God, I need to get better at reading. As I weave through a crowd of other passengers and board the train at last. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Made it to the academy. I like those lamps, they look interesting. As the train pulls into the station outside of the academy, I'm finally greeted by a sight I've only ever seen in pictures and recordings. The academy, not a projection, not a photograph, but the real deal. The moment I depart from the carriage, I understand why the academy was built in this rather inconvenient location. It's just in the middle of nowhere, nice and big. High quality aether, a requirement for any mage serious about furthering their art, is absorbed into my body through my skin, so it just has a good air quality, good magic land. It is a difficult feeling to describe, but for a mage, there is nothing greater. No, it's like when you go into the mountains, you start getting higher and you get that fresher air. Or it's harder to breathe. One of the two. I don't go hiking. Just as muddy rainwater is incomparable to clean drinking water, so too is the aether surrounding this academy. Legions? Leagues ahead of that found in the city. Oh, this academy. Legions. Leads ahead? Whatever. Compared to the town in which I grew up, this is undoubtedly a location far better suited to nurturing of a young mage's growth. For all the projections and immersive scenescapes I've experienced, none of them even come close to the real thing. I think after this monologue, I'm gonna end this is the first episode. There's no way that the academy was built here by chance. The purity and density of the aether here is unbelievable. Even a new student like me can appreciate that fact. I wonder when this was built. If it's here, a place filled with such high quality aether and so far away from the judgment of humans, I have no doubt that I will be able to perform feats I thought impossible. Okay, I'm gonna end it right here. So thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. I probably won't have a better mic for episode 2. Hopefully I'll have a better mic by episode 3. I might hold it off till I get a better mic. We'll see what happens. See you in the next episode.